Hi everybody, welcome to another festive crochet tutorial with me, Laura, and in this video I'm going to be showing you how to make these little holly leaves and berries. So for this tutorial we're going to need some green yarn and some red yarn, so you can use any yarn that you like. I just happen to be using a DK light worsted weight yarn, and with that I am using a 3.5mm crochet hook, which you can't even see on there. It's not going to focus, but it is a 3.5, there we go. And it's also a good idea to have a pair of scissors and a yarn needle as well. Okay, so let's begin. So we're going to start off with the leaf first, and the first thing we're going to do is a little slip knot. And then we're going to chain 13. So chain 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and 13. So chain 13. Then we're going to do a slip stitch in our second chain from our hook. So we don't count the loop on our hook. There's our first chain, there's our second. So put our hook into there. And because this is a leaf, I recommend just going under one bit of yarn. And there's a reason for that. It's because we need to work into these chains again, and it makes it easier to see on the way back. So just go under one bit of yarn, bring the yarn through, and then do a slip stitch straight through the loop on your hook. Then we're going to do a single crochet in the next chain. So this pattern's in US terminology, one single crochet in there. So in UK terminology, that's going to be a double crochet. So just one single crochet in there and a single crochet in the next chain as well. Then we're going to do a half double crochet in the next stitch. So a half double crochet, or a half treble in UK terminology. Half double crochet. Then we're going to do a double crochet in the next chain. So yarn over and go into there and do a double crochet, or a treble in UK terminology. So a double crochet in there. Then we're going to do 2 double crochet in the next stitch. So 2 double crochet. Should do 1, then another one in the same chain, 2 double crochet in there. Then 2 double crochet in the next chain as well. So double crochet and then another one in the same chain. Okay, so 2 in there as well. Then we're going to do just 1 double crochet in the next chain, just the 1. Then we're going to do 1 half double crochet in the next 2 chains. So a half double crochet in there, pull through all 3, and a half double crochet in the next chain. That should leave you with 2 chains, and we're going to do 1 single crochet in the last 2 chains. So a single crochet in there, and a single crochet in there. Okay, so it should look something like this. Then we're going to do a slip stitch in that same last chain. So go back in there again and do a little slip stitch. Then we're going to rotate our work in a kind of clockwise direction with the same side facing us. We're going to work back into these chains again. And this is why I wanted you to just go under one loop, because they're really easy to still see these chains. So we're going to start off with doing a single crochet in the same stitch again. So another single crochet in this first chain, or this last one you just used. So a single crochet in there. Then a single crochet in the next chain. So you just need to find, you might want to just pull it open and then just pop your hook into there. See if I can do this a bit clearer for you. So that was the last one we worked into. And then you can see that little dark patch there. If you just put your hook onto there, it should just find its way through. We're going to do a single crochet in there. We're basically going to mirror the pattern we've done. So we're going to do a half double crochet in the next chain. It might be easier. I normally carry my tail yarn to sew it in, but if I move it out of the way, it'll make it easier to see on camera. So the next chain, I'm going to go into there, do a half double crochet, and the sun's decided to come out. I'm going to do a half double crochet in the next chain as well. Pull through all 3. Then we're going to do a double crochet. So again, we're just going to find that little dark patch, pop our hook into there, do a double crochet in there. Then we're going to do 2 double crochet in the next chain. It should match up with the 2 double crochet here. So 2 double crochet in there. Then 2 double crochet in the next stitch as well, the next chain. Then I'm just going to do 1 double crochet in the next chain. So again, just look for where that double crochet is and then find the bottom of that, put your hook in, it should find the stitch. So 1 double crochet in there, then 1 half double crochet in the next chain, and then a single crochet in the last 2 chains. You should have 2 left, so do a single crochet in there and a single crochet in there. There's actually a slip stitch in the very last one. Actually, there should be 3 left, so it's really hard to see the very last one because it's right at the beginning. So just place your hook around about there and push, and then just do a slip stitch. Okay, so it should look something like this, hopefully, and we should have a stitch count of 29. Okay, 29 stitches. So what we're going to do is we're going to slip stitch into the first stitch that we did over here. So now I'm going to work in the round. I'm going to work into this stitch. Get my hook in there. I'm going to do a slip stitch in there. It does not want to come through. Slip stitch in there, hooray! And then we're going to chain 2, 1 and 2, and we're going to do a slip stitch in that same stitch again. So go back into that same one. Okay, creates a little picot on the end. Then we're going to slip stitch in the next 2 stitches. So I'm going to slip stitch in the next stitch, and I'm going to slip stitch in the next stitch. Then I'm going to do a single crochet in the next stitch. Then I'm going to do 1 half double crochet in the next stitch. So a half double crochet, but then I'm going to chain 2, and I'm going to slip stitch in that second stitch, second chain from our hook. So we don't count the loop on our hook. There's our first, there's our second. Put our hook into there and do a little slip stitch. Then what we're going to do is we're going to do a half double crochet around this previous half double crochet post. So what you want to do is you want to put your hook into the gap between this single crochet and this half double crochet around there. Then grab the yarn, then just wrapping it around the half double crochet, work another half double crochet. Okay, and then we're going to do a single crochet in the next stitch on the main leaf, single crochet. I'm going to slip stitch in the next stitch, slip stitch in there. I'm going to do 1 double crochet in the next stitch, so up to a double crochet. Then we're going to chain 3, 1, 2 and 3. We'll do a slip stitch in our second chain, so this one in the middle, do a slip stitch into there. Then we're going to do a single crochet in this next chain. Single crochet. Then we're going to do a double crochet around this previous double crochet post. So find the gap between the last stitch and this double crochet, put your hook into there, and then just wrapping it around the stitch, work a double crochet. Okay, and then we're going to do a single crochet in the next stitch on the main leaf. Just a single crochet. Then we're going to do a slip stitch in the next stitch. Then we're going to do a half double crochet. Then chain 2 and do a slip stitch in that second chain, that first one you did. I'm going to do a half double crochet around this previous half double crochet, So just find the gap between the last 2 stitches, put your hook in there, just do a half double crochet around that half double crochet post. Okay, then we're going to do a single crochet in the next stitch, then a slip stitch in the next stitch, and then a slip stitch in the next stitch. Okay, so it takes you up to there and hopefully looks something like this. Then we're going to chain 5. So chain 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5, and we're going to slip stitch in our second chain along, and we're going to slip stitch all the way along back to the beginning. This creates our little stem, so slip stitch in the next chain, the next one, and the next one. So there should be 4 in total. Okay, and then we want to slip stitch in the next stitch on the leaf here, which is right at the end. Slip stitch into there. Then we're going to slip stitch in the next 2 stitches. So slip stitch in there, 1, and slip stitch in the next stitch, 2. So slip stitch in the next 2. Then we're going to do a single crochet, and then we're just going to repeat the pattern that we did over here. So we're going to do a half double crochet in the next chain, half double crochet, and we're going to chain 2 and do a slip stitch in that second chain, that first one you did. Then we do a half double crochet around that previous half double crochet. Then we do a single crochet in the next chain, in the next stitch, single crochet, and then a slip stitch in the next stitch. Then we're going to do a double crochet in the next stitch. This time chain 3 and do a slip stitch in that middle chain, second one along. Then a single crochet in the last chain. Then we're going to do a double crochet around that double crochet post. And do a single crochet in the next stitch on the main leaf. Then a slip stitch in the next stitch. And then a half double crochet in the next stitch. Then we chain 2 and do a slip stitch in that second chain. Half double crochet around that previous half double crochet post. Then a single crochet in the next stitch. And then we're going to slip stitch in the next 2 stitches. So slip stitch in there and a slip stitch in there, and then we're just going to stop, and there we go, there is our little holly leaf, just like that. So I'm going to cut our yarn, then just pull that loop through, and we're going to get our yarn needle. And what I like to do is go into the same stitch we just worked to the back, that little pull, then turn it over and just hide our tail ends. Okay, so there is our little holly leaf to go with our other holly leaves. And all we're going to do now is create our little berry. You can make as many or as little as you like of the berries. So let's get some red yarn. Okay, so we're going to get some red yarn, and this never shows up well on camera, red yarn, but I like to do a magic circle for these berries, but I know a lot of you find that difficult to do, so I'm going to attempt to do this with a chain 4 method instead. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to chain 4. So chain 1, 2, 3 and 4, and I'm going to put my hook into that first chain. Bring the yarn through that first chain and straight for the loop on a hook, and we've got a little 4 chain loop instead. I'm going to work into there, I'm going to work 5 single crochet. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my hook into the center of that loop, so not the first chain, right in the middle. Bring the yarn through, then just wrapping it around the chains, I'm going to do a single crochet. We want 5 of those, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5, and then hopefully give that a little pull. This is why I prefer the magic circle, to create a tighter circle. But what we're going to do is we're not going to join the round, we're just going to move straight onto finding that first single crochet that we did all the way over here. Okay, I'll bring it a bit closer to the camera, and we're going to put our hook into that first single crochet in there, and we're going to do 1 single crochet in there. So I'm going to bring the yarn through, and it's a good idea at this point just to give it a little pull and then finish the stitch. Okay, so we're working to a stitch count of 5, so we're just going to count up to 5. So that's 1, and the next one's all the way over here. Two. Next one. 3. Next one. 4. Next one. 5. Okay, and then you might just want to just pop it out as the sides start to come in. I'm going to do that one more time, so count up to 5 again, finding those stitches. And if you find it hard to reach, just bring up a little loop, then get your hook into the stitch. And then when you bring it through, you can just pull the yarn and it brings it back over. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and then the last one. 5. Okay, then what we're going to do is leave that there, and I'm just going to cut a slightly longer tail. Then I'm just going to pull that loop through, and we're going to trim down. I'm going to trim down the bit in the middle, tail end in the middle, so that's out the way. Then we're going to get our yarn needle, thread our yarn needle on, and we're going to bring in the end of our berry. So sew into that stitch and then out through the next stitch. We're going to drawstring it closed, so to fold these stitches out so you can see them, to that stitch. It's really fiddly to do on camera, so small, and then I'm just going to pull it tight. That just brings it in, and you end up with a tiny little berry like this. And we can get our leaves. I can either add a third one to there, or I could add just one to here. What I like to do is just sew it by the stem, and then just sew it on as neatly as you can. There we go. And then we can just sew a little bit on the back and cut down the excess. There is our little berry sewn onto a holly, and we can make lots of these and put them on a wreath or a garland or whatever you want to do with them. Turn them into a really pretty table decoration. It's entirely up to you. But I hope you enjoyed that tutorial. I hope you managed to follow along. And if you're not subscribed to my channel and you enjoyed this tutorial, then to make sure you remember my channel, then do click that subscribe button. Because I was checking my stats last night, and apparently in the last month 75% of people that watch my videos are not subscribed. So do subscribe if you enjoyed this content, as I do release crochet tutorials very regularly, and my channel is just all about crochet. So yeah, I'll see you soon. Some more crochet fun, hopefully. Thanks for watching. Bye.